So, hi Victoria, thank you so much for being here.
Hi, yeah, how are you?
Really good, thank you. Can we
Mm.
please start by you give an introduction to yourself and who you are and what you do?
Yes, so I'm Victoria. I am the head of membership for the Giftware Association. So that is the industry body for anybody, any business in the home and gift sector.
Amazing, thank you. So, for anyone who hasn't heard of the Giftware Association before, can you tell us a little bit about what it is, what you do, and who it's for?
Yes, of course. So as I say, we're the industry body for the home and gift industry, and it's really difficult to define a gift. So, who fits in that category? Because we have companies within our membership organization that sell furniture or children's clothes or games or candles, home fragrance. But in effect, what we do is support businesses of any size, whether they would like to become more sustainable, whether they need advice, legal advice, or they want HR support, or they just want sales growth, or to explore different avenues for business. But what we are is an extension of a team to help and support and guide them on their next steps of business growth.
Amazing, thank you. And I was actually introduced to the Giftware Association by a previous podcast guest who had some wonderful things to say. So I've invited you on because I'm really excited to find out about more about about you and what you can do because she really did sing your praises in that episode.
Oh, that's Lucy. Thank you,
Yes, it was
Lucy.
Lisa. And I'd never heard of the Giftware Association before that. I think I'd been aware of you. I think I'd seen your logo, but I had just no
Mm,
idea what you did. So I'm so excited to find out more about you
thank
today.
you.
Um, so let's just start off with maybe a really obvious question is, so you mentioned that it's not just products that join the Giftware Association. So do you accept anyone who sells any type of product? Is there like a criteria to be able to join?
Not particularly a criteria as such, but I think naturally being, going to shows that are home and gift centered, they're the companies that naturally join. And there are lots of benefits for different companies at different stages. So it's not a one size that fits all, because one business who has been, in established, in the industry for decades will need from us something completely different to somebody who's just starting a business in this climate now. But what it is each of those companies, regardless of what stage they are in their business, they're entering a network of experts and support people, people who can support you and offer advice and guidance and exclusive things that you wouldn't be able to access without membership, basically.
Amazing. And I'm going to ask you in a moment a little bit more about what you get as a business who's maybe quite new. But thank you
Mm.
for answering that question. The reason I wanted to ask is because gifting is so broad nowadays, isn't it? As you said earlier, you might gift um gift a child a toy or some clothes, or it might be, like you said, candles or makeup, cosmetic, toiletries. It's a really broad category.
So broad. And one of the biggest shows, the trade shows that we do, is Spring Fair, and there are hundreds and hundreds of exhibitors there, all which would fall under the category of membership. So I think it's just a business that wants to join the industry body. We have members who are so proud to just, they don't pick up the phone for a whole year of their membership. They're just so proud to have that proud member logo. But then other companies we speak to on a monthly basis or even sometimes weekly, because it's just touching base and ensuring that they're making most of their benefits, and they're having that support. And again, I think when we do talk about a startup company, I think it can be a really lonely place. So just to have that safety net, that the hug, the wrap around, to go, it's okay, you're doing a great job. Sometimes that's all a business needs, and 9 times out of 10 they're doing they're doing the right thing. um they just People just need people, don't they? I think that's the biggest thing.
They do, and we're going to talk a bit more in a moment about some of the support you offer, because I was amazed when I spoke to Lucy about, and she mentioned like all the things that Giftware Association has given to her. But thank you for clarifying that, because I think what's really useful is I don't want anyone listening to think, oh, does my product qualify as a gift? Does it not? I didn't want there to be any ambiguity. I don't want anyone to think, oh, maybe I don't meet the criteria. So it sounds
Mm.
like as long as you sell a product that's maybe given it as a gift, even in the broadest sense, then you can join. So that's really good to know.
Exactly. And I just think, you can pick up the phone, that's the thing behind, this industry body. It's real people. We're a small team. We're a very small team, and we exist only because and for our members. So without them, we wouldn't be here. So everything that we do, it's because our members are at the forefront of everything. So yeah, we just like to speak to people. So any questions, we're always happy to answer them.
Amazing, thank you. And I'll make sure I put some links in the show notes so people can find you and contact you if they need to. Let's talk about some of the broader benefits of being a member. So what are some of the things that would apply to all members that they would benefit from?
So I think it's not one size fits all, because some members would want support with marketing, some members would want support with international sales and growth and avenues to explore that. Some members would simply want to just advise and to enter a network of opportunity. Um, so it all depends on what they're after. We've got the basic benefits like discounts here and discounts there and offers here and rebates there. But each individual business would, yeah, benefit from the opportunities that are presented. So we do a lot of events, and I think a lot of opportunities of success come from the people that we get into a room. People love to, explore what each individual does at that event, and you never know. That's another thing, is sometimes you never know what opportunity will present itself. You just kind of have to say, do you know what, the GA are doing this, let's go for it, let's attend and see what comes out of it. And yeah, just growing your network, I think, is really important for any business to do. So important.
Definitely, because you never know who you might meet.
No, not at all. And again, we met because of, networking, just a random opportunity, or a conversation that I'd had with Lucy. And then you were presented, and you've done amazing things for us. You enter in our network. So I think just speaking to people and learning from people is, yeah, the most important thing you can do in a business.
Oh, definitely. And so how do you help product business owners connect with, is there anything you do to help them connect with, I don't know, buyers, retailers, other founders? Does the Giftware Association offer that kind of networking?
We do. So we actually run the biggest awards in the home and gift industry, called Gift of the Year. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of entries each year, and they are all judged by buyers, independent retailers, department stores, garden centres. And so it's a really great way to put your product in front of buyers. And there are so many eyes on the competition also. So there are so many buyers out there that just watch, for trends and watch for new products and innovation. And, they find themselves purchasing the award-winning or shortlisted products just because, of course, they're a part of that award. So that is one of the best ways of getting your product seen, because that's exactly why the awards exist. Sorry, I'm knocking my table. Exactly why the awards exist is to put product in front of the people they want it in front of.
Oh, that's brilliant. And tell us a little bit more about Gift of the Year. I know it's happened for this year, so maybe you can also tell us who won. So is there a criteria to enter? Can any product enter? Yeah, just tell us a bit more about it, because I know that we've still got plenty of time, obviously, for next year's awards.
Yes, we have. So 2026 will be launching really soon. I don't have the official date on the launch, but it's usually around Harrogate time. So Harrogate is in July, and it's usually launched. We'll announce the People's Choice winner at Harrogate, and then we usually open the competition for the following year. There are approximately 18 or 19 categories. There are categories for home fragrance, sustainability, heritage, made in the UK, affordable gifting. There is a category for everybody. And again, going back to, if you're unsure, just pick up the phone. Some questions that we get are, am I big enough? Is my company big enough to enter a competition of that size? Yes, even if you've just started, as long as your product is available to sell, then yes, you can enter the competition. We like to see new products each year. So we wouldn't, for a company who's entering the same product, we wouldn't want to see the same product. We want new, new, new. And again, it's got to be available to market for the following year. But again, we help our members through the application process should they need support. And if you look on the Gift of the Year website, you can see all of the previous winners. So you can see how strong the imagery is and how strong the story is. And I think that's what's really important when entering is strong imagery, getting your story across, how strong your brand is, and that passion behind your brand. It really comes through in an entry. It's really exciting. A really
It is
exciting
really
thing.
exciting. And actually, I didn't realise we're a little bit ahead of this year's winner being announced. So that's exciting.
Yeah, so we've announced all of the category winners for 2025, but there's just one more announcement, and we have a category winner for each of our categories, but then we have a judge's choice. So there is an overall Gift of the Year winner from all of those categories. And then of all the shortlisted products, which is again hundreds, they can open up votes to their followers and their audience. So that would be the People's Choice, which again is such a huge accolade because of course they're the people that are buying your products. So if you win People's Choice, and actually you've had the same winner 2 years in a row, so we're wondering if it's going to be someone new this year or if they're going to take it again for the third year. We don't know. Let's see.
Oh, that's really exciting. And actually, by
Yeah.
the time this episode goes live, we will know. So we'll make sure we link to the Gift of the Year website in the show notes so that people can go and find out who won this year. And obviously, look at all the category winners. I think that'd be really good. It's definitely a good place to go to get gift inspiration, I have to say.
Yeah, it's so exciting because there's so much, like we've said, what is a gift, and there are some of the categories are there's a novelty, a novelty one, and that just to see people's creativity, and when you actually speak to these companies, the journey that goes into creating these products and the passion and the love and it's wonderful to see. So it's
And
really good.
so, what do you find? What's kind of do you think are some of the other benefits of winning? So obviously they get the accolade of being Gift of the Year or a winner in their category, and I guess that's something people can put on their website and talk about and share. But beyond that, do you see any benefits that the businesses that take part have?
Yeah, absolutely. I think again, if you speak to some of our members, the opportunities that have come out of just being shortlisted. So when in the first round of judging, we have, I think it's 12. Yeah, it's around 12 products per category are all taken to the spring fair, and that's where the live judging takes place. So all of the buyers come to the stand and see the shortlisted products, and then they tend to go off and visit their stands, and they make new customers just from being shortlisted. So not only is it a direct route to creating more stockists or more buyers or whatever it is, it's you can then use that accolade for forever if you wanted to. You can say that you've been shortlisted, or you're a finalist, or of course a winner, and we have a highly commended as well, which is again something that you can use year on year for that product. But I think it's just again a really good way of getting eyes on your product, and to feature at a trade show that you might not ordinarily be able to. So really good.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, exhibiting at trade shows can be really expensive.
It is, and it's a huge step in your business that has to be it's a very considered step because of the cost. It's not just the cost of your stand, it's the week out of your office, it's the hotels, food, staff. It's huge. I mean, one of the benefits of being a member is that you do get exclusive rebates and discounts on some of the shows around the country. And we have an international department as well who supports, tries to get funding where possible, which is super hard at the minute. But there are opportunities internationally as well through membership. So that's another benefit of membership. But I think what we're here to do is support and guide, and we're not by any means mentors or business advisors or anything like that. What we do is expand our network as much as we can in order to give our members the tools and so they can make their business decisions based on knowledge and their network too.
That makes sense. I guess you pull in a lot of experts in different areas who can support your members.
Exactly, exactly. And we listen as much as we can to, what's going on in the industry, whether that's governmental changes and regulation changes, and it changes every single day. I think business in this climate currently it's tough. It really is tough. But as a network, one problem, what's the saying? A problem halved is a problem shared, or what, I don't know what the saying is, but when we all come together and go, oh, do you know what, actually that's been really difficult for me too. These are the things I've done to navigate those challenges, and they go, oh yeah, that's what I did too to navigate it. And then you just then find yourself in a more a unified place, because you feel stronger knowing that, okay, everyone's going through this. It's
Yeah, I know what you mean.
you
There's
know
a
what
lot
I
of
mean?
comfort actually in knowing that you're not on your own and that other people are experiencing what you are, because it can feel really lonely otherwise.
Super lonely. And and I think that's why people just, some of the earlier, the business owners in their earlier stages will just contact us more. We'll have regular communications like this, just to kind of say, what's going on, what's been happening this month. Oh, that's amazing. Or, have you thought about this? We've got this contact here who's doing that event, why don't you go along? And yeah, it's an
That's really
interesting one.
great. So you do, so with a, like say a newer business, you would, or I suppose even a more established business, you would have, if they wanted, regular calls to see what they're doing and what they're struggling with. Because I think for new businesses, joining any sort of membership or association can feel like a really big step. So
Huge.
it's amazing to find you do that. So what are some of the other things that you offer to someone who's just getting started?
Yeah.
Because I think you can almost feel like it's too soon to join something. So I'm really keen for you to explain sort of the other side of that, is that the benefits of joining early and the sort of support they might be able to get if they do join.
That's it. I think it's, sometimes people, a lot of the time are ready, but it's the financial aspect of joining an association. Um, so I think at the early stages, it's regular communication with us, even if it's 20 minutes once a month, to let's talk about what what stage of your marketing plan are you on, what stage of your where are your supplies coming from, what stage of growth are you at? Are you considering a trade show? Are you considering a stall on a market somewhere? Are you considering exploring international waters? Where is it in your early stages of business? Are you? Have you got your packaging down? Are you following all of the regulations for your product? It all depends, because there's so much. There is so much to think about, and it can be, like you said, a really lonely place and really overwhelming. So I think it's just having that sounding board, and the people in our network immediately as well. We've got a national committee who are full of really experienced business owners, and then we also have a board. And at the president of our board runs one of the biggest candle companies globally, but he will still answer emails to a new candle brand that would really like some advice and guidance on growth and his journey, and he's so kind with his time. um, and I think that's, again, for a new business entering a market that's so overwhelmingly complicated, knowing that they're entering this network, they should feel comfort in the fact that people are here for them, to help them grow, to see them through those hard stages, and we can connect them with people who have made those mistakes and is wearing the t-shirt, can say, wait a minute, this is what happened to me, this is how I got over that challenge and overcome X, Y, and Z, in hopes that that will grow their confidence, knowledge, and experience too.
That's really great to hear. And it sounds like you've got a really good network as well. So there's lots of people you can put people in touch with as well.
Yeah, loads. Again, it's all about having those conversations regularly and listening to what the member needs, and kind of saying, well, have you thought about this, or have you had a chat with this person, because I think they could really give you some help and support in that area. But you just don't know what you don't know. So again, it's, people could go to our website and say, well, let's have a look at the benefits, but actually they're not all, they can't be all listed, because it's the opportunities that arise when having these conversations. Each conversation is different and each need is different. But yeah, just talking to people, you learn so much.
I have to say, it sounds really unique what you offer, because it does sound like it's not, I know it can't exactly be personalised, but it does feel like it's tailored in some ways to what the member actually needs.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, our benefits are marketing support. That's so in a nutshell, because what does that mean to that business or that business? Because marketing could be, we do a member spotlight that just simply goes out to all of the industry. But actually, do you need support in speaking to department stores? We can connect you with people who used to be buyers of, one of the biggest department stores in the UK. Or is it, do you want to expand in garden centres? Okay, let's get you involved with people who are experts in that. So marketing your brand means something completely different from one business to another. So yeah, it's really broad, but communication is key, I think.
And what advice would you give someone who isn't sure whether they're ready to join, or they're worried, or what if I join but I don't have enough time to use it? What would you say to
Yeah,
them?
I would. I would say if you haven't got time, you'd make time for your business, and that's all it is. And I think people, I call it the hamster wheel. People get so, and I do it myself. I get so bogged down, and my emails are going up and up and up, and I panic about, I've not done this, I've not done that, and I'm constantly on that hamster wheel of just trying to get through it. But actually, if you just take yourself away for half an hour, for 20 minutes, and look at things from a bird's eye view, you can really go, right, okay, let's pick out the important things. You know, and I think that's what it is when you talk to, an expert in our industry or a member of a team, an international team member. You kind of go, right, okay, let's put our ducks in a row and figure out what it is that I need to do, instead of just getting bogged down with, because you wear so many hats as a business owner, so many hats, especially in the early days. You're not only wearing the hats, you're having to do all the things. Um, so yeah, it's really tough. But I think if they can make 20 minutes every now and again, they've got time. They've got time.
I think you're right, and I think the benefits really outweigh the time as well. I mean, before this year, and I don't know if I've told you a story before when we've spoken, so apologies if you're hearing me say this again. I didn't really do any networking because I just felt I only had so many hours in the day to work. So how could I possibly spend an hour on Zoom networking or going off to a meeting? But this year I was like, no, do you know what? I'm going to do it. And it's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's like the people that I've met, the connections that I've made, opportunities that have come from it. I think
Yeah.
it's been better for my mental health, if I'm honest, as well, to actually talk to more people and just feel
100%.
connected. And there's always time. And I told myself this story for so long that I don't have time to do that. I only have so many hours. But actually, I think if something's important to you, you will always make time.
Yeah, and do you know what? The work will still be there when you get back from the networking event.
Yeah.
It will always be there, but actually putting yourself and your knowledge and your experience and your network first, that that will help you grow. Answering emails are really important, and being efficient is really important, and being professional is really important. But you as a business owner, you as a person, like you say, it helps your mental health. If you're just stuck in an office behind your laptop worrying about something, when actually if you just go out there and talk to someone about it, or you know and they have that understanding and they go, oh yeah, me too, you go, oh gosh, of course. Everyone's doing the same thing. We're all just here trying to, obviously, businesses need to make money, people need to grow when they want to get their story out there. They're all just doing their best. So yeah, but if you can put networking, like you say, once a month even. And there are so many events. We do sharing lunches with our members, which is a great opportunity. We have topics like the last one we did was warehousing, 3PLs. We've done one on sustainability. We've done one on marketplaces. And they're just small groups of people that go to London or Birmingham, or it was Daventry last time, just to talk about stuff. And you take little nuggets of information, and you meet, a service provider here or maybe a buyer there. And yeah, again, it's what you do with those leads as well, and what you do for your business with the people that you meet. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think just giving yourself the opportunity to meet more people is always good as well, and just because you never know who you might get in front
Never
of.
know. You never
And
know.
that leads me on very nicely to the last thing I wanted to ask about is, can you tell us some of the ways that you can use the Gift Association to raise your profile? So we've mentioned Gift of the Year awards,
Yeah.
but are there other events? Are there press opportunities? And
Yeah.
also, if you have any examples of someone you've done this really well, like a member that you want to spotlight, please do that as well.
Ah! Oh, okay. So, I mean, one of the members that I would spotlight is actually the member I talked about earlier, who's won People's Choice Award 2 years in a row, and that's a gorgeous Stacey from Fox Under the Moon. She has really, really used her membership and her awards to her advantage, and waved the flag and shouted about it, and it's really built her business. But she's an incredible example of somebody who has built, you look at her following on social media, she's an incredible community builder. Her followers, she treats them like her friends. She really cares. So I think, yeah, she's a really great example of a business owner who has grown, who I think would make give you an amazing podcast. Actually, she'd be such an interesting one to speak to, because she's grown this small business, and now she's published a book, and it's so exciting for her. But she does the shows, and she does them well, and she's just such a great example of a fantastic business owner who is an opportunist, who says yes, who attends the events, who shouts about her award. And yeah, she's a great advocate for the industry and for the association.
Oh, well, excitingly, I do have Stacey coming up on the podcast later this year, so I'm going to ask her all about this. I'm going to ask
Oh,
her
so
about
cute.
everything she's done, because I think you might have mentioned her before, and I thought, oh, she sounds like she'll be a really good guest. And as you said, if she hadn't been doing all of this, you might not have mentioned her to me, and I might not have contacted her and invited her on the podcast. So, like you say, there's definitely something to be said for putting yourself out there. If that's the right
Yeah,
way of saying
a
it.
100%, 100%. It's scary. Oh my goodness, it's so scary. Um, and again, you have to prioritize logistics and finances and time and da da da. But when you can say yes and when you can just do it, then just do it.
Oh, I really like that advice. And if
I don't
someone
know how wise it is, if I should get it printed on a t-shirt, but
No, I like it. I think it's good. I really do. I'm trying to be an advocate of just saying yes more,
that's
because you
it.
never know what will come of it.
You never know.
So if someone is interested about joining or even just curious about finding out more, what's the best way they can get started or find out a little bit more about what's involved?
I mean, you can easily look at the GA website, giftwareassociation.org, I think it is. But I think just reaching out to us, send us an email. We can set up a call and just have a discovery call between, the team and the business, and just to see, again, let's discover what stage you're at. Because we don't know how we'll help or until we've had that conversation. We can help with the basics, but then there's just so much more behind the scenes that you can tap into depending on what stage you're at.
Thank you. And I think it's really great that you offer that, because obviously, especially in the early stages of any stage,
Mm,
it's an investment and you have to be really wise about your investment. So it's really great that you offer that and people can,
mhm.
just speak to you a bit more and try and figure out if it's something that they want to and can invest in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think yeah, absolutely. You don't know what you don't know, and just having that chat, you can make that decision. And yeah, but if you're ever attending shows, if any of your listeners attend any of the big trade shows, again, we're always there. One of the members of the team are always there, walking the floor, speaking to people, so we can always sit and have a coffee and a chat at one of the events, because sometimes it's just nice doing it face to face, isn't it?
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah,
Oh,
100%.
thank you so much, Victoria.
Oh, welcome.